Design-focused thinking. Design thinking is a human-centered approach. Social sciences, engineering, and many disciplines are formed by combining and blending them. It expresses design thinking as examining and solving problems by integrating business and technology while putting people in the center. A design thinking system consists of basically 5 stages. They are emphasizing, defining, developing ideas, prototyping, and testing. Empathize. Empathy is seeing with the eyes of another, listening with the ears of another, and feeling with the heart of another. Alfred Adler. Analyzing and understanding a design problem that needs to be solved first will contribute to the quality of the solution. Before understanding the content of the problem being addressed, it must be decided for whom it is being done. In the design process, it is important to feel, observe, and communicate in order to have strong empathy with the target audience. Healthy and strong communication and empathy with the target audience play an important role in listening to the story, understanding the problem and needs, and thinking about the proposed solutions. Educators should have in-depth information about the problem by meeting with people who have personally experienced them. It is important to collect as much data as possible in this process. For this, it is important to observe the people at the center of the problem and to ask questions to answer them better. Then, the information collected from the field will be documented and analyzed with the whole team. Task at this stage: observing the area where the problem was experienced and the people who have personally experienced the problem. Educators can use disguised or undisguised methods of monitoring. Creating interview questions. Creating a meeting plan. Meeting with at least 5 people who experienced the problem. Completing the empathy map. Observation planning can be created within the framework of the following questions. Who is our target audience? Who are the people experiencing the problem, and who are the ones in touch with those people? Which groups are in our target audience? How old is our target audience? If they are in different age groups, which age groups do they belong to? What is the profession of our target audience? Why this target audience? How did we determine our target audience? Why did we choose this issue? Why do we think people have trouble with this? What are our goals and dreams? What would it be like if we didn't have the problem we identified? And finally, what do we want to learn about the problem our target audience is experiencing? Where and how will we conduct our observations and interviews? Where will we conduct our observations and interviews? At what point? If it is a large area, will we be scattered at different points? How will we conduct our observations, interviews? What are the issues we should pay attention to? Do we have specific criteria for the people we will interview? It is important to conduct interviews with people from different classes, age groups, and interests, and with as many people as possible. Interview plan. Before starting the interviews, demographic information of the people to be interviewed should be obtained. In the interview, open-ended questions should be prepared in order to fully understand the problem and assess the stories. Interview planning can be planned within the framework of the following questions. Number 1, what do you wonder about this problem? Number 2, from which areas do you need to collect information? Number 3, what do you think the people at the center of the problem need? And number 4, what are the obstacles to overcome this problem? Active listening is the best way to listen. In design thinking, it is very important to understand the problem and people's approach to the problem. We can improve our active listening features by following the steps below. Let's pay attention, show we're listening, give feedback, associate the spoken message with ourselves, show that we understand, postpone the judgment, and respond appropriately. Defining the needs of the users or the group, which is seen as the target audience, starts with a good understanding of the problem and desire of the audience. Recognizing the target audience's problem and defining it simply and clearly constitutes the second phase of the design thinking process. At this stage, the cultural, daily living, and social structures of the target group need to be well defined. The process that will lead to the best solution is to specify the needs of this audience. In order to analyze and identify the causes of the problem and the consequences of the problem, the empathy map should be filled in with the information obtained from the field. Interviewed people experiencing problems. What they said, what they did, what they thought, and what they felt. Based on the map, a problem statement is created by determining the real needs, feelings, and problem situation of the users or those who have the problem. Idea development. At this stage, it is aimed to produce many different ideas for the design problem, especially in order to understand design problems and generate hundreds of ideas, even if ridiculous. The aim here should be to look and think from different perspectives on the subject. Then, previous studies to solve the problem are investigated. The resulting ideas are discussed and a decision is made on an idea. Prototype. The output of the idea or concept created during the idea development process is turned into a concrete example that is far from perfection. Since many prototypes may fail, examples are produced quickly and cheaply without complex details, away from aesthetic concerns. From the obtained samples, the faults and wrong design calculations are noticed. Testing. It is confirmed whether the product is ready for use or not and whether a healthy result has been reached. This cycle should be maintained until the product is finalized by making the testing process user-centered, taking the user's ideas and making the necessary arrangements.